Let's move on to the NHL here. A more serious note ahead of their season openers tonight. The league is banning pride tape. In a statement to teams earlier this week, the NHL said, quote, players should not be put in the position of having to demonstrate personal support for any initiative. So last season, the league walked back plans for pride warm-up jerseys and pride nights as well here. So are we throwing flags on this one, guys?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and throw the flag on this one. And I do agree with this idea that players should not be in the position of having to demonstrate personal support for the initiatives, because there are players specifically in that league that would face retaliation or potentially be ostracized from their home countries. And that is a hard reality to reconcile with. And I understand that. But the idea that if you do want to support one of these causes on the ice, you would be fined for doing so does not sit well with me. In the NFL, they have a My Cause, My Cleats initiative where it could be any cause and you can get your cleats painted and decorated and ultimately raise money, and they'll donate the cleats and all that after the game. And guys have the opportunity to go out there and support causes outside of what they do for cancer research and some of the other initiatives that are promoted by the league. I think that is a sensible solution to something like this, because there probably is a cause for every player out there that they would like to support. But the idea of saying that we're going to be completely done with this, and I understand that there are reasons not to force certain players to do it, but if I want to do it and I'm going to get fined for doing it, that is not okay to me.
Yeah, having a either everybody or nobody approach seems like poor optics for the National Hockey League, a league that has said, at least verbally, that they're trying to be more inclusive and more diverse, and then has taken steps back with the Pride Nights last year and the warm-up jerseys. And now you're saying, hey, we're not going to allow anybody to do it. If I'm a player that supports the LGBTQ plus community, I understand that I have teammates that might not be able to demonstrate their support in the way that I do. But I shouldn't have to just hide my support for a community that I want to show support to, because the league says, hey, nobody can do it. Yeah. And we don't want people to feel like they're forced.
If a player
and it seems
wants
like
to wear
an excuse.
Right. If a player wants to wear pride tape around his stick there, I don't see the issue in that. Players should be able to express themselves. But I do want to point out here, though, in the statement that they said that this is on ice activities, and that NHL, quote, encourages players, they should be encouraged to express themselves off the ice. So they're still they're still having Pride Night at the arenas. They can still go about charitable organizations supporting the LGBTQ community. So I think it's important to note that this just involves on the ice activities.
And I think it is a good point that you brought that up, because I know that there are players that have already spoken out about how they're going to support some of these initiatives off the ice and get part of the fundraisers and be a champion for certain communities that they want to support. And I'm fully for that. But once again, I do think that there should be some avenue to do it on the ice, whatever the cause is, where most people are watching that anyway.
Yeah, because like you said, there's players wearing certain cleats or, if wristbands and stuff like that, supporting personal causes that they, want to express.